a bunch of different titles. So, and some of them didn't come out super great on the copier. So you have name, you have founder, you have deity name, so the name of their god, holy book, worship place, and clergy. So what I want you guys to do right now is spend 5 minutes, I'm going to set my timer, 5 minutes, working with somebody around you to try to fill in those missing blanks. I'll go over the answers at the end, but you're going to try to fill in the answers to those blanks. Oh, and before you start working, can you remind me what the directions are?
Work with someone near you to fill in all the blanks.
Okay, and how much time do you have?
5.
Excellent, your 5 minutes starts now. You are filling in as many blanks as you can. Remember, this is preparation for your midterm. Clergy, that means like Christianity, clergy. Quentin just asked a great question. Remember, clergy means the leader of that church, synagogue, or mosque. Do you remember what about see which one we're talking about? Worship place. Where did they go?
So they fully understand.
I see people working, which is awesome. Make sure we're staying focused on our tasks. We're staying focused on the task at hand. I'll give you guys a time check. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left. So it's whoever is like the leader of like the little congregation. So if you were like for Christianity, for example, priest, minister, pastor. Whew. Folks got a lot of blanks filled in, which is good. Well, what do when Christians pray to their John took out our notes, which is a great idea, using our resources that we have. Sort with your partner. If we have tools to use, we should use them.
stuff that you find very interesting.
It's very similar to this one.
Yeah. This should be freshmen. Right? This is actually sophomore. This leads right into the semester.
What's up, Dan? Which one? So, where do they go? Right? No. So if you're a Muslim, you would go to a mosque. Where do people go on Sunday if they're Christian? Right, that is time. So please, Dr. Francis, we're going to go over the answers right now. We're going to share them out. Alright, let's start. Would you guys rather go across or down? Down. Raise your hand when I go down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to call that majority. So let's start with Judaism. Who is the founder of Judaism? Owen. Abraham, nice. Some people might also then kind of go a little bit further in history and say Moses, because if you were to read the stories that were in the Jewish holy book, which is what? Does everybody know? The Torah. Moses accepts the Ten Commandments and really starts this single religion, has this moment where it's written that he was speaking to God in a burning bush, right? He's having this conversation with God, officially becomes a prophet, and kind of starts this process. So some people could say Abraham or Moses. What do people who are Jewish refer to their God as? Ben?
Yahweh.
Yahweh. You might also see I am as well. So I am being how God presented himself to Moses in the burning bush. I am who I am. We already said the holy book was the Torah.
I think it's Talmud.
I think they're called, you can call either of them. Worship place. Synagogue. If you guys ever travel to Newport, which is right down the road, well, 40 minutes down the road, 30 minutes down the road, depending on who's driving. Synagogue, Synagogue. America's oldest synagogue is right in the city of Newport. It's a beautiful building. If you're ever down there, check it out. And who is one of the leaders of, who would be the leader of the synagogue? Who would be the person speaking the most? Rabbi.
Mr. Miranda.
Yes.
The Torah, if you guys remember the Torah, books 1 through 5, it's the most important part of the Jewish holy book, which is called the Talmud. So the Talmud is what we call the Old Testament from a Christian perspective, but the Torah is the most important books. It's the first 5 books.
So we're seeing some intersection there. Okay, Christianity. Kiara, since you're talking, who is the founder of Christianity? Jesus. How do most Christians refer to their deity? Yep. God. Is this God the same as Yahweh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good. And what is the Christian holy book? The Bible. Yep, comprised of both Old and New, right? So taking some of the Old Testament from the actual Jewish tradition, and then adding the stories of Jesus and the letters that we believe we're going to be talking about, kind of the different communities and how Christianity spreads and the growth of the church, coming up post-midterm. And where do people go on Sunday if they identify as Christian? Church. Church, chapel, cathedral, all different variations. So a big thing right now in Christianity is kind of smaller congregations where you can have an empty strip mall. Does anybody know what a strip mall is? So, you know where the old movie theater used to be in New Bedford? So like that area where there's a bunch of stores connected. If there's an empty space, a lot of times in larger communities, like boom, a church is going to go there. And it's going to be a small group of people that come together, believe in God and Jesus, and read the Bible together. On the flip side, if you go to some places in the South or in the Midwest, they're going to be mega churches, right? Larger than stadiums. right? They're crazy. You can watch them on TV, right? Somebody giving a sermon, millions of dollars are donated to churches like that. Okay, so kind of there's a lot of variability in there. And who are leaders in these places? So, could be considered one, priest, pastor, deacons are church leaders. And we'll be talking about all of these are a little bit further when we talk more about kind of the separation of the Christian church and how that happened. Okay, let's go back up to Islam. Who is the founder of Islam? Muhammad. Can you, in the Islamic tradition, is it allowed to have any picture or display of Muhammad? No. Ironically, in the Supreme Court building in the United States, there is though. What do people who are Muslim refer to as their deity? Allah. Is Allah the same as the Christian God? Yes. Right? So all three the same. And what is their holy book? Quran. And where do they go to worship? What is that called? Mosque. And does anybody know what the name of the person who leads that? Starts with an I. It's Imam. I-M-A-M. They're a little bit different from a priest. They're not necessarily like a ordained church leader, but somebody who would be considered an expert on the Quran and can lead the mosque in prayer. Any questions on any of this? Okay, we're gonna. Which one? So it's S-Y-N. A-G. O-G. We're going to zoom in a little bit on the Islamic religion and look at their 5 pillars. Anybody need this up there, or should I switch over? We're good? So you will have to know the 5 pillars. You won't necessarily have to know the Arabic names for them. So these are the Arabic names. We'll zoom into each one and talk about which one it represents. So Rita just asked a great question. She looked at us and she was like, what do those words mean? Okay? These are the Arabic terms for the 5 pillars of Islam. We're going to be zooming in, and you'll be able to write down, so you remember when you go to study for your midterm, you'll be able to write down what each of them means. So we're going to start our journey through the 5 pillars at Shahada, which is profession of faith. Okay, profession of faith. Shahada is the profession of faith. And remember, this profession of faith, this first piece, this first pillar, is repeated 5 times a day when Muslims pray. Okay, they begin their prayer with "There is no God except Allah," and Muhammad is the apostle of God. So again, there is no God except Allah. Muhammad is the apostle. Is that profession of faith repeated 5 times a day? Any questions on this? Okay, next up, I believe, we're going to go to Salah. So,